Okay, there they all are. Waves 5 and 6 lined up. I should have got a wide angle lens for this video. What's up, YouTube? Sweatpants Joe here. So I have WWE, Masters of the WWE Universe, Wave 5 and Wave 6. I've got both waves. Wave 5 is out in the United States. Wave 6 is in Canada right now. Not too many people have both waves. Some might have one, some might have the other. Not too many people have both. So I want to talk about Wave 6 for a minute. When these were first leaked online before Mattel announced them on the WWE website, I thought somebody was ribbing us. I thought they were fake. Because if you look at Kane, Demonic Red Machine, you see it's all cap locks. When you take a Wave 4, now this is how they've been the entire Waves 1 through 4 prior to Waves 5 and 6. Heroic Pitier of Fools is a title case. Demonic Red Machine is all caps. That's why I thought they were fake. Also, if they were in Canada, they would get those international cards that we'd see with multi-languages in the bubble. That's not the case here. I'll show you what differentiates this card from the American card. Nobody's been posting this. Nobody's been talking about this. It's because it's a little sticker. Right here, made in China, fabrique in Chine. That's it. They threw this little sticker on the card, and that's all they did for this wave. They didn't release it in the international card. They just threw the sticker. Sticker. That makes it Canadian. If you don't have that sticker, if you don't have that, you're not a Canadian. Now you know. So I'm going to unbox these. I'm going to talk about these figures. I'm going to go in no particular order. Wave 6, Wave 5. I'm going to mix and match. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm very excited about these figures. Okay, first one's first, and it's Stephanie McMahon from Wave 6. She is the evil billion-dollar princess. I'm not good at lighting, so you're going to get the ring lights reflection as I go throughout the video. It is what it is. Stephanie McMahon. There's her mini comic. You know, I'm not going to be, I'll just open it and show you guys, but maybe I'll do something on my Twitter or on Instagram with the mini comics eventually. Stephanie McMahon. So it's a, she's supposed to be like Evil Lynn, but she has the Skull Queen crown. And I don't have my scissors. Found them. Snip. She's out. She's free from her plastic and cardboard prison. So, all the standard articulation that you find in the WWE figures. Not much in the head because she's got the hair. The knees bend, you know, I'm not going to do that for every figure because they're all the same. If you guys are watching this video, you know what they do. Let's just dress her up. I don't get why they have to tape the bag shut. Just like, I don't know, can't you just shrink wrap them or something? This crown is dope. I'm very excited about this crown. Here's her wand, her scepter. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. This is a, this isn't a recycled part because this is new. This is something new. There's bones. And it's got talons holding the crystal ball. I guess it's a crystal ball. So this is something we haven't seen yet. I like it. It's dope. Wave 6 of Masters of the Universe is going to have another Evil Lynn. It's going to have a second Evil Lynn. Maybe this is the Evil Lynn's weapon. Your guess is as good as mine as to what that Evil Lynn's going to look like. We're not going to speculate on that today. Some people think it's going to be a Filmation style. Others think there was like a second Evil Lynn in the Mega Constructs line. And some people think it's going to be painted to look like that. Yeah, she's holding that like a boss. I don't have my reading glasses on, so I know there's like pegs that line up into holes, but I cannot see them for the life of me. So I'm gonna just have to. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to try to snap in place here, find the hole, if you will, and hope for the best. Because once you turn 40, your eyes are just like, they're just no good. Okay, I think I found it. So here she is with the skull. See, I gotta hold it back a little. I'm gonna take photos. Maybe I'll throw them over it. But yeah, this is dope. This is really cool. That's really cool. So I was wrong. There's Evil Lynn's weapon, and as you can see, her ball also held by talons. No bones, though. It's definitely a different mold. That part might be the same, actually. Now that I look at them together, those talons look awfully similar. If I can get them to focus. There we go. I don't know, guys. You tell me. I think that part of the mold is the same, but then the staff is different. This staff is all bones, and her staff is just a solid plastic piece. And another thing I wanted to show you guys is the boots are different. Stephanie has wrestling boots. Evil Lynn has the Evil Lynn Masters of the Universe style boots. But other than that, same kind of thing going on downstairs below the waist. Stephanie has painted legs to look like she's wearing an outfit, whereas Evil Lynn's are the Simpsons yellow color. And there's the top of the torso. And as you can see, pretty similar. I think they just sanded down the mold and made Stephanie. And then there are the crowns. Pretty much the same. The crowns are actually different. If you look at Evil Lynn's crown, she has that skull. It's at the top of the crown. Stephanie's is not as big, and it kind of goes to the front of the crown. So that is the difference in the crowns. Maybe Evil Lynn number 2 will have that crown. We will see when that comes out. But they are similar, but not quite the same. I do love Stephanie's makeup job, by the way. That is like vintage Tila style makeup. That is not what we've been seeing with the WWE, or I guess not ever in the WWE because we haven't had a woman yet, but that is not what we've been seeing with the Masters of the Universe Origins makeup jobs. That is a throwback to the way it used to be with Tila, with the big eyeshadow, big pouty lips. I really like that. That's really cool. And here they are side by side. Couple of boss badass ladies. All right, next from Wave 5, we've got Macho Man Randy Savage in the Evil Horde outfit. Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. There's the back of the card. I don't think I showed Stephanie's. I think I might have. But there it is, in case I didn't. Just chilling in that throne. There's the Macho Man, also chilling in a throne. Oh my God. We got double throne action. So I've already read the comic for the Macho Man's online. Basically, Roddy Piper has a snake pit, or a slime pit, and he gets slimed, and like he's had enough. He got bit by Jake Roberts' snake, so he goes Horde. He's the Evil Horde now. Kind of a cool story. There's the cover art for those of you guys interested. And yeah, you see there, Macho Man, the slime is coming down. What I like about, so that's an homage to Piper right there with the Panther, because before Piper had the Hot Rod shirt, he had the Panther shirt. Okay, so interesting. So here's the shin guards, but look at this. we have the Origins mace, Macho mace. The original Macho Man figure that came out earlier had the Classics mace. I have the two rights next to each other, and they look the same size. He's using the Classics shin guard still, but he's using the Origins weapon. And I'm kind of bummed out about that because I really like the size of the Classics weapon compared to the Origins weapon. The Origins weapon leaves a lot to be desired. So here he is in all his garb. Ooh, yeah! So he's even got a little Horde bat painted on the armband. That's pretty cool. The Madness bandana pops right off, just like the original bandana. This is more of a helmet, really, than a bandana. So they're the exact same figure, same skin tone and everything, just different paint jobs and different armor. This has the Battle Armor Classics armor, and this has the Horde armor. I'm guessing, now this is just me guessing, this is the armor we're going to get with Hordak. Hordak hasn't been released yet in the United States. I've seen him released on, he's released in like Malaysia, the Philippines, and all that. And so in the South Pacific, they've already have the next wave of Masters of the Universe. We don't have it here. Let's take his armor off. So it just unsnaps in the back. Very easy, very easy. Gonna have to remove his head though. It's got a white peg, interesting. Very interesting. That's cool, okay. I'm marking out for this. He's got the Madness logo on his chest. That's pretty awesome. So you can have him without the armor, the Horde armor. Looks a little awkward, but still cool. It's got that, oh man. I might keep him like this. This is really dope. That's so cool. Yeah, the lightning bolts with the Madness. I'm not sure why it's coming down like that. Oh man, that is awesome. That was a pleasant surprise. That, like, first I was kind of bummed. It's like, oh no, we're getting another Macho Man already? That's awesome. I really, really like that. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. That is dope. So yeah, like I said, I think this is the same armor we're going to get with Hordak. I've watched a couple Hordak videos, reviews online already. I forgot if that's how it's unsnaps. I'm pretty sure it is. This has got to be Hordak's armor, right? Right? And the helmets are same, just different paint jobs. Something I never noticed before I wanted to point out. You can collect them all, each sold separately, subject to availability. Colors and decorations may vary. Figures cannot stand or pose alone. So Kane is the take on Roboto. We got Roboto right here. We got Kane right here. I'm going to compare Roboto to Kane. Kane is one of those figures I was really happy to see. He's perfect. Perfect for this line. There's his comic book. And he's a robot, so he could hurl a big mountain at his brother. His brother, the Undertaker. So I think this is the first time Roboto's parts have been 100% reused for another figure. Because Roboto, Trapjaw, Manny Faces, they all use the same legs. But nobody's ever used Roboto's arms before. So Kane's claw and Roboto's claw, they're identical. Identical claws, just one's painted black, one's painted gray. So if you want more attachments for your Roboto in different colors, pick up a Kane. Same goes for the Blaster. The Blaster's the same. Just one's black, one's gray. There you go. Now you've got a black Blaster for Roboto. Pretty cool. He didn't come with the third attachment. Instead, Kane comes with this flame that you stick to the end of the Blaster. There's two holes, and the Blaster goes right in. And that's pretty cool. That is pretty dope. Gonna take this off Roboto and put it on Kane. Because Kane breathes fire. Well, he doesn't breathe fire, but he's the big red machine, and he has all the pyro and the flames. And he was burned in the fire. And now he's back as a robot because he's a big red demonic machine. Yes. This figure's dope. One thing I want to try. I want to try something. Trapjaw. Let's try one of Trapjaw's weapons in Kane. See if that works. See how that goes. Not quite. I should have known because I don't think Trapjaw's weapon... Well, I definitely know now that they don't fit Roboto. But I should have known that. I think Hebro tried that. But they don't look terrible. It's just a little bit out. So you could use Trapjaw's weapons with Kane. And it would look pretty cool. It looks like they fit. You can even put the Fiend's weapons in the other hand. I think the hand... Yeah, the hand comes off. And here's the two of them standing next to each other. Little interesting. Kane's supposed to be a 7-footer. Looks like Roboto's got the height advantage on him. And for you customizers out there, because Roboto's head does not come off, Kane's, on the other hand, does. So you can do some cool customizations with the big red machine. Okay, Rowdy Roddy Piper is next. Here's his artwork. He's running away from Jake Roberts and the Macho Man. So, Piper's supposed to be an evil hot rod. The Horde and the Snake Men, I guess they're separate factions. With the evil guys, I don't know. Don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Let's open them up. Here's the comic. He's fighting Mr. T. Throwback to WrestleManias 1 and 2. And he's just fighting Mr. T in the comic. Doesn't mention anything about Macho Man Randy Savage or Jake the Snake. Battle armor. Battle armor. Battle armor is what we get. And he's got the little loincloth piece like Skeletor has. Actually, let's compare it to Skeletor first. Let's cut him out. It's getting to me now. Is this a repaint of Skeletor's? Let's find out. Here's Skeletor. Here's Hot Rod. And I believe they are the same. They're just painted different, so that's cool. Just reusing parts. Same piece. However, we have battle armor, which I'm excited about because I thought, like the Jake the Snake figure, we just got the battle armor chest, like the piece, but it doesn't. This doesn't pop off. There's plates in here. We are having battle damaged hot rod. That's really cool. So they're just painted on decals. They're not like molded in. But we have battle damage hot rod. Pretty dope. And what I like about his weapon, he has the same axe that comes with like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, He-Man. But what I like is it's blue. Not quite the blue from the vintage weapons pack, the accessory pack that came with a blue axe, but still blue enough to make me think of that. And he's holding, yeah, that's pretty dope. Pretty awesome hot rod. Let's pop this chest piece off. His head comes right off. That I didn't like that. Like it wasn't even like snapped on. So that the hair and the chest piece kind of hinder his head from snapping onto the peg. Not liking that. Just a plain torso. No cool surprises. Let's see if I can pop it on the peg. So his head just doesn't pop on. The hair on this figure, it's on, but it didn't, like, you didn't hear it snap in place on, so it didn't pop on, and it definitely wasn't popped on with the chest piece. He has 2 gripping hands, which I like. I like when the figures have 2 gripping hands. So you take the loincloth piece off, and he's just got his regular blue trunks on, kind of like what he wore to the ring. However, he doesn't have wrestling boots. He has Masters of the Universe boots. Still cool though. Yeah, I don't make him wrestle anyway, so yeah. Same articulation as everybody. The arms bend, the the hands bend, the knees bend. The knee pads are a little bit of a hindrance, but you could get it to work. This guy does not want to bend. Try not to force it if you're finding resistance when you're trying to bend the arm. Best thing to do is just kind of wiggle it back and forth. And if you still can't bend it, which this one I had no problem doing, but if you still can't bend it, then you're going to want to get a hair dryer or something and heat it up and then try to bend it. Don't try to force it. But yeah, just wiggling it is usually enough to get it to bend. So there's the hot rod piece. And I was never able to figure out how to get the Macho Mans to pop out. Oh, there's little snaps. I'm not gonna fuck with that today. But yeah, so Piper actually looks pretty dope as the wrestler. What I like about these figures is you just take the Masters of the Universe gimmicks off, and they just become regular wrestling figures, and that's pretty badass. Piper's he looks pissed. That facial, that growl kind of reminds me of Battle Armor He-Man's facial expression. Yeah, kind of similar. Not the same, but similar. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next figure I'm going to do from Wave 6, we have Goldberg. So this was this figure right here, when this was leaked online, this is why I thought it was a fake. Because the Goldberg face, and I'll show you why after I open them. Here's the back. So Goldberg is supposed to be like Ram Man. As of this filming date, the Ram Man figure for Origins hasn't been released. I do have a vintage figure, and I'll compare him to that to the best of my ability. But my vintage figure he's definitely worn out. But he still rams. So he's got that going for him. He still locks in place. And he still rams. And here's his comic book. He's ramming the Ultimate Warrior for some reason. And what I like about this, it's got like he's coming out of the locker room and he has reptilian guards. So that's kind of funny. That's kind of cool. I like that. So when I was a kid, actually a teenager in high school, that's when Goldberg was the big deal. Wasn't a big fan of Goldberg. I was a WWF guy. Goldberg was the man in WCW. Now, I liked WCW too, but I don't know, Goldberg didn't resonate with me. As an adult, I appreciate what Goldberg did, and I appreciate it when he comes back as like a special attraction. So Goldberg's cool in my book. I'll tell you what though, like when he was in WCW, he never spoke. He only said, "Who's next?" And after hearing him speak in WWE now, I could see why. Because like when you close your eyes and you listen to Goldberg speak, you hear Seth Rogen, or at least I do. They sound the same. He's not a very intimidating speaker, and that's my thing with Goldberg. But I definitely like him. I appreciate everything he's done for the business. I appreciate the nostalgia of him. And whenever he's on TV, I'm definitely entertained, and I'm happy that he's on TV. Now, this is a pretty cool figure. So I'll compare his armor to Ram Man's, the vintage figure. So I'm not sure if the Ram Man for Origins is going to have a removable armor, because he's not out yet as of this recording time. And I'm not even sure this removes, because the peg is awfully big. Let's just see if I can remove it without unsnapping it first. The old-fashioned way, we take his head off. And take an arm off. Take the torso off. So it looks like it will come off. This other arm was in tight. There we go. It's not molded on the torso like Seth Rollins' armor. It comes off. It does, like I said, it does snap in and snap off, but I'm not gonna mess with that. I have Goldberg in pieces now. Let's put him back together without the armor. And Goldberg has 2 gripping hands, which is awesome. As I've already said, I love 2 gripping hands. Love it when they do that. Ram Man comes out for Origins. I'm going to have to come back and do a Ram Man comparison to Goldberg video. Here's Goldberg with that helmet on. And maybe this is the Ram Man axe? I don't know. We'll find out when Ram Man comes out. That looks awfully big. I almost want to say this is a Classics axe for Ram Man. Well, we'll find out, I guess. We will find out. And another thing I wanted to point out is, so I have him next to Steve Austin's head. I thought they were the same, and now that I have them next to each other, I could see there's differences. There's some definition in Goldberg's face that isn't present in Steve Austin's face. And Goldberg's head is slightly larger than Steve Austin's. So I thought that they were like, it was just a repaint, but now I could see that they are 2 different heads. And since I have these 3 bad boys out, I figured I'd pose them together. Because you got Goldberg and Ram Man, who he obviously is supposed to be a knockoff of, and Steve Austin, who he's also supposed to be a real-life counterpoint. Well, they just had similar looks, but completely different characters. Up next, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Pretty cool looking figure. He's got a couple different influences. Obviously, he has the dragon from the Dragon Blaster Skeletor. He also has Merman's armor. I don't think he comes with a weapon. I wish he did, but he comes with a dragon. So, I'm going to hold that against him. Here's his comic. Here's the dragon. The dragon's really cool. I wish there was a little more color to him. Maybe like green scales or something would have been cool. But, it is what it is. They got to keep the price point $15. Once you start adding more paint, you're adding more labor, more cost. So, I get it. It's cool. I mean, somebody did paint the eyes, though. So, I mean, they could have painted the scales. So, he's got the Jake the Snake Roberts arm pieces. We saw those on the Jake figure. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm not sure how to hold the dragon. Like, I'm not sure where it's supposed to go. I'll have to look into that. But you're supposed to be able to mount him. I guess he mounts. Maybe if he's standing, he'll mount. I'm going to compare him to Merman. And because he has the same armor as Merman, so I'm going to do a comparison to Merman now. Okay, so here's the 2 next to each other, and you can see that the pieces are different. I want to point out that the Merman figure has a smaller centerpiece around the neck, and Ricky Steamboat's has the spikes. Now, I don't have the Lords of Power figure, but I will prop an image up, and I'm pretty sure Ricky Steamboat has the Lords of Power Merman's chest piece, and not the regular Origins Merman. I know we're going to be getting a Lords of Power Merman release in another wave, but I don't know if it's the same figure just with a new head, or if it's the actual Lords of Power Merman. But that is the Lords of Power Merman armor and not the regular Origins Merman armor. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. It might also be the Classics armor. I'm not 100% sure if it's Lords of Power or Classics. I don't have the Classics figure. But I can tell you it's definitely not Origins. That I do know. Still a pretty dope figure. And I dig it. Yeah. And I was able to get him. I was able to get the dragon to mount just by sticking one of the spikes from Ricky Steamboat's armor in between his toes. And that got the dragon to mount. The Ultimate Warrior from Wave 6. My final figure from Wave 6 is next. So that's a pretty cool artwork. It's homage to the Warrior. So he cut a promo going into WrestleMania 6 about a spaceship. And so his spaceship has landed. And he's in Eternia. And load the spaceship with rocket fuel. That was one of the lines in that promo. All the fuses and exit signs have been burnt out. There's no place to run. Hulk Hogan. No, that's not what it says. The power of the Ultimate Warrior will prevail. So we have our second Ultimate Warrior figure in this line. We had one way back in Wave 1. And we've got this one. And he's got lighter hair. He's riding a dinosaur in his artwork. You see Jake the Snake on the Tyrannosaurus. That's an homage to the final wave of the Masters of the Universe. Now this warrior does not come with a weapon. But he does come with a cape. So this warrior has the He-Man armor with the Warrior logo. That's pretty cool. A lighter hair color than the previous Warrior. But it's just a repaint of that Warrior. But a good one. It's a good one. It's a good repaint. Makes him a completely different character. Maybe there's some backstory to his transformation. I don't know, but here's the comic, so maybe there is. I'll read it later. I'm not going to spoil the comics in this review. It's got a very strong plastic smell, very strong, but he's got the pop off. Oh, the torsos always pop off on these things, man. Just wanted to pop the head off, put the cape on, and put the head back on. How the heck do you get his head back on with that hair and that cape? Oh, this is a pain in the ass. But I will prevail with the power of the warrior. But it's not hard. It's not easy. That's for sure. Well, I can't get it to snap. So it's just going to kind of sit there. He has no gripping hands. He's got two fists. So the warrior's double fisting. But that's a cool paint job. I just, the hair is going to hinder you from snapping his head on with the cape. And that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Okay, here he is compared to the other Ultimate Warrior. And he's not just a repaint. There is some slight differences. As you can see, he has the Masters of the Universe gauntlets on his wrist. And the Warrior has the wristbands from the WWE. So it's not just a repaint. He has, obviously he has different hands. Because this Warrior has two gripping hands. Or one gripping hand and one fist. And this Warrior has two fists. Now the only other figure we've seen with a right fist and a left gripping hand was the New Day figure. So this one has his two fists, So obviously they reused the same fist from the New Day and made it a Caucasian paint. And the skin tones are slightly different, so you can't really interchange this warrior and that warrior's hands. You could if you want. Do whatever you want. Who am I to tell you what to do with your warriors? And finally, we have the man, Becky Lynch. Pretty cool artwork on the back. She's kicking Jake the Snake Roberts' ass. Becky Lynch. So, a lot of the guys in the Facebook group, like, they don't know who she is because they don't really watch WWE. But from, like, 2018 and 2019, Becky Lynch was the biggest star in the company. Like, she was it. She was great. And she main evented WrestleMania. She won the main event at WrestleMania. And yeah, she was awesome. She was on the cover of WWE, I want to say 2K18 or 2K19. It was 2K18. She was on the cover of that. She was the face of the company from like 2017, 2018, 2019. And then early on in the pandemic, she was pregnant and took time off. She's had a baby. And I don't know if she's ever going to come back. That's up to her. She's on maternity leave right now, I guess. Hopefully she comes back because she's awesome. But until then, we'll just have to enjoy our Becky Lynch figure. All right, here's the comic book. Homage to the Sorceress comic book. Pretty badass. And just like Stephanie McMahon and the other women figures, she's considerably smaller. She has the same modified mold that Stephanie McMahon. Actually, I'm going to pull out all the women. I'm going to do a comparison. Interesting knee pad design. She just has a giant letter T. I don't know if that's supposed to be a T or some kind of pattern, but that's what's on her knee pads. And she has the wrestling boots that Stephanie McMahon had. She doesn't have the Tila MOTU boots, but she's got Tila's weapons. She's got Tila's staff and shield. They're the same. They're just painted gold, and the shield has the man painted on it. If you don't want that, you can get some nail polish remover and get that the man off and just have a gold shield. Personally, I don't care. I'm cool with it either way, because Becky Lynch is the man. So she gets the man on her shield because she's awesome, and she's the man. And here they are next to each other. It's that modified mold, the one that we saw with Stephanie McMahon, but now it's on Becky Lynch. Okay, so I took their heads off so you could see what I'm talking about with the mold being modified. You see how there's stuff that comes up around Tila's neck. That has been sanded down and removed from Becky Lynch. That's how it was with Stephanie McMahon's too. And then we look at the back, and you can see there's quite a bit of sanding down done. So you're going to have two different molds now for your women. You're going to have your Tila and Evil Lynn mold, and you're going to have your wrestler mold. Yeah, what about me? You got me too. Get out of here, you hoochie. And another thing that's cool about Becky Lynch I want to point out is the knee pads hide those awkward-looking knees that are on the women figures, so that's really cool. All right, let me know in the comments below. Which figures do you have? Do you have them? Do you have Wave 5? Do you have Wave 6 where you live? I'm going to take some photos and I'll put them at the end. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.